Imagine a world where the Mad Titan did not seek to erase half of all life, but instead swore to protect one planet above all others. Not Titan, not some distant empire, but Earth. Why Earth? That's the question that haunts the cosmos. Because in this timeline, Thanos is not the destroyer we know. He is a guardian, but his protection comes with a cost. Before we dive into the story of power, control, and destiny, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Join us as we unravel the most fascinating twists in comic book history, where the heroes and villains you know may never be the same. Now let us begin. In the main Marvel timeline, Thanos saw Earth as a problem, a breeding ground of heroes, a planet that stood in his way. But here everything changes. After watching the fall of his own world, Titan, consumed by greed and overpopulation, Thanos realizes something. The survival of the universe is not about balance. It is about preservation. So instead of his infamous mission to gather the Infinity Stones, this Thanos turns his gaze to Earth. Not to conquer it, not to annihilate it, but to make sure that humanity never repeats Titan's mistakes. And here is where destiny twists. The year is different. The Chitauri invasion never happens the way we know it. Because when Loki marches through the skies with an alien army, he does not face the Avengers first. He faces Thanos himself. The Titan descends upon New York, not as a hidden master pulling the strings, but as a giant in the flesh, ripping through Chitauri forces with cosmic energy. The people of Earth watch in horror and awe. Here stands the monster whispered about in alien tongues. But instead of crushing them, he saves them. At first, the Avengers do not know what to make of him. Iron Man scans him, heart racing, certain this is the end. Thor warns that this being cannot be trusted. But when the dust settles, it is Thanos who stands victorious. The Chitauri fleet burns. The portal closes. And Thanos declares one thing to the stunned planet below. Earth is mine to protect. No one will harm it. Not even itself. But protection from Thanos is not a gift. It is a rule. From that day forward, governments bend to his warnings. Wars end before they begin. Nuclear weapons vanish, disassembled by his will. And slowly Earth realizes it is under the shadow of a god. The Mad Titan becomes Earth's guardian. But is he truly its savior, or its jailer? The Avengers are torn. Some, like Captain America, refuse to bow. Others, like Black Widow, wonder if perhaps this world is safer with him than without. And so the question forms, if Thanos chooses to protect Earth, how long before protection becomes control? The stage is set. The Mad Titan is no longer the destroyer of half the universe. He is the shield of Earth. But behind his glowing eyes, one truth remains. Thanos has never cared for freedom. Only for destiny. And now Earth belongs to it. At first, Earth thinks it has found a savior. No alien dares attack again. No tyrant rises unchecked. For the first time in centuries, the world feels united. But under the Mad Titan's gaze, peace does not come without a price. Because Thanos is not a hero. He is still the Titan who once believed in wiping out half the universe. His methods are not gentle. They are absolute. Before we see how far he goes, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We dive into the darkest corners of Marvel's what-if worlds, where even saviors may wear the mask of tyrants. Now let's continue. In the years that follow the Chitauri invasion, Earth changes. Borders dissolve not because nations choose unity, but because Thanos demands it. He views war as waste. He views division as weakness. When countries resist, their weapons disappear overnight. Their leaders are silenced, not killed, but removed. Vanished into space where they are never heard from again. Thanos does not care for politics. He cares only for survival. And his survival plan is brutal. The Avengers, once Earth's greatest defenders, become fractured. Captain America warns that the world is now living under a dictator with cosmic power. But Tony Stark argues, what if Thanos is right? Wars have stopped. Climate disasters are reversed with his technology. Humanity lives longer, healthier lives under his watch. The debate rages. Is this peace or prison? Meanwhile, humanity begins to change under his rule. Thanos brings alien technology to Earth. He rebuilds cities, cures diseases, and eliminates famine. Children grow up never knowing hunger, never knowing war. But they grow up under the shadow of one man's vision. Every invention, every advancement, every dream is shaped by Thanos' hand. And slowly people begin to worship him, not just as a protector, but as a god. Yet not all bow to him. In the hidden corners of the earth, a resistance forms. Small at first, heroes who refuse to kneel. Doctor Strange, sensing the disturbance in the balance of the cosmos. Captain Marvel, returning from the stars, warning that Thanos' grip will not stop with Earth. Because the truth is clear. If Thanos claims one world, what will stop him from claiming all? The first open challenge comes 5 years after his arrival. The X-Men, hidden from the public eye, rise to confront him. Led by Professor Charles Xavier, they argue that Earth cannot thrive under fear. Mutants know too well what happens when one power controls all others. But their rebellion ends in fire. Thanos crushes the X-Men without hesitation. Not killing them but scattering them broken and leaderless. A message to the world: defy me, and you defy survival itself. And yet, cracks begin to form. Thanos has given Earth peace, but he cannot change what lies within humanity's heart. Some still rebel. Some still fight. Because humans, unlike Titans, refuse to be controlled forever. The Avengers, once divided, slowly find themselves pulled back together. Not to fight an alien invasion. Not to face Ultron or Kong. But to rescue their own planet from the very being who swore to protect it. The stage is set for conflict. Thanos believes Earth is his chosen mission. But the heroes who once tolerated his presence are beginning to turn against him. Because they realize the truth. The cost of protection under Thanos is freedom itself. Years pass. Earth becomes a shining jewel of progress. Cities float in the sky. Energy is endless. War is extinct. On the surface, humanity has never been stronger. But beneath the perfection lies fear. Fear of speaking out. Fear of resisting. Fear of the Titan who gave them paradise by taking away their choice. And now, that fear is about to ignite into the greatest rebellion Earth has ever seen. Before we enter the final chapter, hit subscribe and join our journey through the darkest Marvel what-ifs. Because sometimes the greatest savior is also the greatest threat. It begins with a whisper. Heroes who had once stayed silent now step forward. Captain America calls for freedom. Doctor Strange warns of cosmic imbalance. Spider-Man, older now, realizes the next generation will grow up not knowing liberty. They form a hidden alliance. The last true Avengers. But how do you fight a being who commands the Infinity Stone of power, the armies of space, and the will of a Titan? The answer is simple. You don't fight him alone. The resistance spreads. From Wakanda, Shuri builds weapons that bend alien energy. From Asgard, the exiled Thor returns, Stormbreaker in hand, burning with vengeance. Even mutants, long shattered by defeat, regroup under a scarred Magneto, whose hatred of tyrants makes him a reluctant ally. For the first time in years, Earth unites, not under Thanos but against him. The battle erupts in New York City. Not an alien invasion this time, but a war between humanity and its self-proclaimed protector. Thanos descends, unyielding. He offers one final chance. Stand down, and I will forgive this rebellion. Defy me, and you will suffer extinction. But Earth has chosen. And Earth says no. The fight is cataclysmic. Thor's hammer clashes with Thanos' gauntlet. Doctor Strange bends time itself, but Thanos shatters the loop. Iron Man, older, weaker, charges one last time with armor enhanced by alien tech. Even together, they are not enough. One by one, they fall. Thanos stands, scarred but unbroken, declaring, "This world is mine to save, even from itself." And then something changes. Not in battle, but in the people. Ordinary men and women take to the streets. They rise, not with weapons, but with defiance. They refuse to kneel, and Thanos realizes the truth. He can kill every hero. He can destroy every city. But he cannot erase the will of a world. Because Earth has something he never understood. Not just survival, but freedom. In that moment, Thanos faces his final choice. Rule by fear forever, or walk away. And for the first time in his life, the Titan hesitates. Because deep within, even he knows protection without freedom is not protection at all. So he leaves. Not defeated by strength. Not overthrown by might. But beaten by the spirit of humanity. Years later, Earth remembers this time as both its darkest and brightest age. The age when a god tried to save them, but they chose to save themselves. And in the stars, Thanos drifts once more. Still the mad Titan. Still the seeker of balance. But forever changed by one planet that refused to bow. So what if Thanos had been Earth's protector? It would not end in glory. It would not end in victory. It would end in the one truth Earth has always fought for. Freedom is worth more than survival. If you loved this what-if tale, hit subscribe and stay with us as we explore the hidden roads Marvel never dared to take. Because sometimes the most dangerous protector is the one we never asked for.